Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Reporting Report. My name is Reporting Reporter, and today I have some very interesting news to tell you about today. As some of you may know, my previous occupation at Breaking News was cut short after the CEO of Thunder Ice One Studios, Ryan Tran, hacked into our station to illegally broadcast a message on live television. But look at me now! We are the top one spot for news on Spotify, YouTube, and we even stream on Twitch now. Anyways, after that, Ryan Tran disappeared for the last 8 months, and the Thunder Ice One YouTube channel was held up by side editors like Amin Does Stuff and Lunar House. Recently, a series of tapes have been found that could hint to where Ryan Tran have been all this time. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I have them. Now, what I'm about to show you could be disturbing to some audiences, but if you're willing to stick around with me here, you will not regret it. I want to tell you a story today about something that could possibly be in the running for the greatest thing I've ever reported on the Reporting Reporter. These tapes consist of uncut footage of Ryan Tran playing an augmented reality game, or ARG, created by one of the editors that kept the Thunder Ice One YouTube channel afloat, Lunar House. The ARG is called STMB. Our first tape in the series is called How to Make A in Gmod. Now, our first tape has a weird title for sure, but bear with me here as this entire series can get a little bit weird. This video is basically a tutorial on how to make something in Gmod, but they've forgotten what it is that they were going to make. Not really a whole lot happens in this video. They just try to put the sculpture together, but they're not really sure what they're trying to make anyways. But that's just on the surface. There are plenty of things to analyze and go over here, and there's a lot of details that you might miss. For example, they're playing on one of the default maps in Gmod called Gmod Construct. Their avatar that they play as is Racing You Don't... Oh, Jesus Christ. Racing You Don't Inaba. That's it. From Toho. Not to be confused with Racing Bogetshusho or Lunar Udonge. Whether or not this is a deliberate choice or just like a personal preference isn't really shown, but they also bounce around like a rabbit throughout the rest of the video. But in some of the later tapes, they actually stopped doing that. Maybe they were in like so much fear when creating these videos that they just stopped bouncing or something. They speak a lot in what seems to be like a foreign language that I don't understand. Words like minasan and eto are used a lot in between normal English words. And while I haven't deciphered that code, let me know in the comments if you know this language. By the end of the video, they try their best to, put the sculpture together, but they really don't know what they're making, so they just decide to give up and try again in the next video, which leads us, of course, to our next video, trying to remember what I was going to make. In the second video, we pick up after an untold amount of time, in which our main character, which for simplicity's sake I'm now just going to refer to as Racing, attempts to finish creating their little arts and crafts project. I'm gonna be completely honest with you in this video, nothing happens like at all. They just keep trying to put the shit together and they determine that the sculpture should be like a bug or something. And then they just get confused at the longer piece of wood and the little triangle metal frame. And then they're just confused about like the amount of legs that are left over. There's 8 now, there was like 6 before or something. And then they just give up. And then it goes on to the next video. Nothing else happens in this video. Like at all. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. In the third video, I think something is haunting my world. Racing has finally figured out what she was trying to make the entire time for the last 2 videos. A scorpion. And you can tell she's excited because the music in this video is so loud compared to the other one. Before she's able to put the tail on the scorpion, she hears a click of something off in the distance. She doesn't really find anything out of the ordinary and tries to go back to finishing her scorpion. She hears the same noise only moments later and investigates to find, once again, that nothing is really there. On the third click, she knows that something's up, but this time she decides to set up a camera in order to see who's actually flicking the lights down here. Okay, so this picture might be you looking at the fucking screen right now because I couldn't see anything for so long, but on the right side of the screen right here, you can see like a little skirt outline of something, and I think those are bunny ears. So I'm assuming just every character in this ARG is a bunny or something, right? Now it is difficult to discern and try to figure out who exactly is this rabbit character since there's no other characters introduced, but you forget that this is actually a recording of Ryan Tran playing this ARG, and there is somebody else in the room with him playing it, and they have some insight on who this character could be. What is that? Oh my!
That's Terry. That's Terry. That's Terry.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know. Oh, it's just white
Is that
dress.
Terry?
Now, once again, you might be asking, who the fuck is Tewi? Alright, let me just explain it real quick. Tewi Inaba is a yokai earth rabbit who leads other earth rabbits in the bamboo forest of the lost while living and guarding Iente. She first appeared as the stage 5 mid-boss of Imperial Knight and became a playable character and powerful opponent in Phasmophoria of Flower View. Whatever that means. This doesn't really tell me anything, but we're not going to refer to this random shadow character as Tewi because that's the best hint we got. We move on to our final available tape, number 4. Do rabbits remember the tastiest carrots? Now, I just want to state that as an expert of ARGs, I want to say that every single little detail matters. For example, the last 3 videos of titles were all lowercase, every single one of them. But in this video, every first letter of every word is capitalized.
Right there! Wait! Right there!
Keep that in mind. Our character Rayson has moved on from Gmod because, quote, that game is creeping me out. So instead they are playing a different game. I believe this is like a Toho platformer or something. I don't want to oversimplify the art in this ARG because it really is one of the most technical and beautiful ARGs out there. But for 95% of this video, literally nothing happens. It's legitimately just gameplay with no voiceover, no editing, no cutting, just nothing. Okay, I take it back. Something does happen. So some blue squares seem to cover up the entrance of a new character on the left, and then the video just abruptly ends. Now, honestly, I have no idea what it could be covering up at this point, so we're just going to keep this in mind and move on. Except there's nothing actually to move on to because this is the last tape in our collection. Is what I would say. But if you check this tape's YouTube description, you can see that there is a link to a website called Scorpion Website ARG.s3.us-east. Upon clicking the link, you can see that it takes you to the Scorpion website. This site consists of 3 different sections: the short story section, gallery, and quiz. The short story section consists of what seems to be 3 folktales. The one that seems like the most important and most relevant to our story is the story of the God of Scorpions. The God of Scorpions roam around sandy areas such as beaches at night. If you happen to come across it, you may ask to grant a wish. You should be cautious, however, because once it is granted, you form a contract with the Scorpion. It will ask for a request in return, and if you dare to deny, you will be stung by its tail. It's no ordinary sting, however. This is from the God of Scorpions. Nobody knows the true result of being stung. Perhaps the poison will cause you unbearable pain, or maybe you'll be erased from existence, sentenced to a time loop, be an actor in an eternal play. Nobody has an answer, but everyone who is stung disappears forever. Okay. If you remember correctly, the Scorpion was the bug that Raisin was trying to make in Gmod before she switched games. Keep this information in mind for later. The second section consists of a gallery of 2 scorpions. Nothing really to note here at first glance. And finally, the quiz section. I ask you questions about stuff like who's the best animal, smartest animal, cutest animal, and if you like scorpions. Answer correctly, and it produces a brand new YouTube link to watch the next video in the series. Rayson appears back in Gmod, determined to finish her scorpion sculpture. Of course, once again, she hears something. I'm so fucking scared. Chill! And once again, she doesn't really find anything. After completing a scorpion, she remarks that she forgets why she even made this in the first place and doesn't think too much about it. And then concludes the video on a sayonara minasan. But the video doesn't end there. The blue square reappears at the end of this hallway, and we can safely assume that these blue squares represent the same thing that was also at the end of the Do Rabbits Remember the Tastiest Carrot video. But the real question is, what is this blue square and what is it trying to cover up? Now, it's not immediately obvious what to do next. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a camera. It's a camera. Gotta be something that I'm missing. But if you pay close attention, you can see that the noises that Rayson was hearing in this video were a lot different compared to the other ones.
You know when it says like he says
Yeah?
that sound Morse code.
They figured out that the sounds could be translated with Morse code. And when translated, it looks something like this. I mean, that's like what? Almost Roblox? But it's Roblox with a J?
Wait, check the J. Check the J.
Wait. Oh my god, why is this J? Who said J, bro? Oh my god, this is just Roblox. While Roblox isn't the most direct clue of all time, we can still use it as a basis to build off of. One of the clues that we didn't go over is that the website was made by a user named carrotlover010101. Putting in this username returns only one user with one world on their account. It's only accessible to the person who created the world. But since we have the username, there could be a way to find the password as well. And once again, going through all the videos and stuff, we can see that one of the video descriptions has just a random phrase. I love carrots 33 exclamation mark. And so, putting in the password, I love carrots 33 exclamation mark with the username carrotlover010101 lets you into the account. But not before getting through Roblox security first. Maybe we're not in. Roblox fucking sucks.
Maybe it'll work for me because I'm on the same line.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Click the arrows. Are you serious? This is for the ARG? Come on.
Click the right arrow.
24.
At the bottom. Keep clicking.
Oh,
Oh, this is some? Never mind.
yeah. It's,
They did a math.
how many options
It's like
are?
impossible. What?
12, 24, 26, 28, 24, 32. Wait. One of these is wrong. I think I did it too fast. Let's do an audio test.
Option 1. Option 2. Option
Bees,
3.
bird. I can't type anything in this.
It's one.
Oh, one.
The number one.
Okay.
Five?
Oh my god.
Option 1.
Okay.
Option 2. Option 3. Option 1. Option 2. Option 3.
Why did it make it so loud?
Option 1. Option 2.
Okay.
This gotta
Option
be two.
3. Option 1. Option 2. Option 3.
Gotta be two.
Thank God. Upon completing the captcha, they have gained access to a Roblox place linked to the account called Rabbits Are Good at Mazes, a labyrinth of high walls with carrots littered around the floor, leading the characters safely through the maze. However, Ryan Tran actually decides to check every nook and cranny of the maze, eventually stumbling onto a fake wall. Damn it. Maybe there's something in this corner. Oh!
What?
Okay, well, I think I think we found something early. I'll write this down on my MS Paint tab. Hold up.
HF.
And behind this fake wall is a code for something. We don't know what it is just yet. And at the end of the maze is URL for another YouTube link. After putting it into Google, the video "Rabbits Join the Photography Club" appears. Okay, now this video is kind of all over the place, so I'm just gonna go over everything that happens so we're all on the same page. This video starts out in the POV of a character named Usagi, who I'm going to assume is the same as a Gmod character I've been referring to as Raisin for the entire video, because of the fact that their subtitle colors are the same as the Gmod subtitle colors. So sorry for spreading misinformation. They talk casually to the blue square that we've been seeing on screen, and this kind of confirms that the blue square is actually a character and not some kind of like eldritch or being or something. But we don't get to see any character features, and any personal information is censored in the captions. The two characters meet for the first time waiting for a train on their way to school and introduce themselves to each other. Once there, they talk about which clubs they joined in at school, which Usagi says she's joined the photography club. The blue square character, which I am now going to refer to as BS for short, joins a different club that has its name censored, and they are also the only member of said club. Usagi promises to visit. After an unknown amount of time has passed, Usagi notices something on BS's face, and Usagi offers BS a mirror. She immediately has this fearful reaction in response to the idea of a mirror, lashing out and yelling, "No, no mirrors." We continue to build on that fear of mirrors in the next scene. Usagi asks why BS is shaking, and they respond by saying they see the monster. When Usagi turns around, there seems to be a giant mirror in the room, not only confirming Usagi to have the same model as the original Gmod avatar, but also confirming that BS has a fear of mirrors and believes that there is some kind of monster in them. This is probably one of the most important videos we've had so far, establishing some character details for BS, but also giving a name to our main character and giving us a backstory on them. But once again, this seems more like a part of a whole, so trying to speculate when we don't have the full picture seems like a waste of time at this point. So how do we move on from here? Well, in the video description, there's a Google Drive link to a folder. Upon downloading said folder, a Minecraft save file can be found, and when inserted into 1.2.1.6, you can find the world called Rabbits Look for Buttons. Upon entering the world, there are some signs to indicate the rules of the game. First, don't break anything, and find the button in the room to progress. The first room is a simple Minecraft house layout, and the button can be found under the table. The second room is made entirely of gold, and the button can be found in between these bamboo planks here. The third room is a glass maze, and the button can be found at the end in a hole. And the last room is a dark office area with a table and a bookshelf. And the button is almost impossible to see, but it's on the roof hanging over a slightly discolored plank on the floor. Upon hitting the final button, another code is placed on a sign, and it's immediately obvious that it's another YouTube link to another video. This video is called Rabbits Want to Cherish Summer Memories. Now, before this video starts, I just want to point out something. You didn't think I would notice, did you? You didn't think I would pick up on this small detail. But I'm the greatest detective of all time. My name is fucking Report. Notice how in every single video with the word rabbits in it, every single letter of the first word, every single word's first letter is always capitalized. Except in this video, 2 is lowercase.
Coincidence? I think not!
And just like the other rabbits video, this one's kind of confusing, so let's go over everything and just make sure we're on the same page. Usagi invites out BS to go to the fireworks festival where they enjoy their time doing various festival activities until at the very end, during the actual fireworks show, Usagi wants to take a picture of BS, but they refuse. And Usagi lashes out saying that this is all because of some non-existent bakemono that doesn't exist even in the pictures she already took of BS. Upon hearing that Usagi had already taken pictures of them, they storm off the beach saying that Usagi just doesn't understand. Now, if you thought that that other video was confusing, now I'm even more lost than before. And I think we can just, just keep doing what we've been doing and just take this information and move on to the next part. Below in the description is another Google Drive link in which a folder containing an RPG Maker game is found, and it's called Rabbits Are Prone to Hypnosis. In this game, you play as an independent observer and walk in on a room with Usagi and BS, except this time, BS's square is just black. Not really sure why, maybe she's like angry or something. Usagi meets with BS in what apparently is the Hypnotism Club, which also reveals what club BS was joining back in the video Rabbits Join the Photography Club. Usagi jokes that maybe BS will use hypnotism in order to force her to join the club, and BS denies that they will. BS explains the one and only rule regarding the Hypnotism Club: you are not allowed to deny the hypnotist. Immediately after stating that, BS hypnotizes Usagi into spending time with them and for Usagi to become a hypnotist. Moving on to the next room shows that 10 days have passed. Usagi has gotten better at hypnotizing and demonstrates her newfound skills by hypnotizing BS into giving her some candy. Dialogue ends with BS hypnotizing her again, saying you will say something incoherent that we will both not understand, and Usagi spits out a YouTube URL. We'll come back to that later because the RPG Maker game is not done yet. Moving on to the next room, we learned that 100 days have passed since the beginning. To commemorate, BS gives Usagi a wooden block scorpion puzzle. This is an obvious connection to the original scorpion puzzle in the Gmod videos, as well as the Scorpion God short story from the website. Finally, an unknown amount of days have passed, and Usagi asks why BS ran off like that, so we can assume that this takes place almost immediately after the video Rabbits Want to Cherish Summer Memories. BS brushes it off and attempts to hypnotize Usagi, stating that after I hypnotize you, you will hypnotize me into forgetting about the monster. On top of that, you will also forget about me and make me forget about you too. Usagi voices her unwillingness to do something like this, but BS reminds her about the only rule of the Hypnotism Club: no one can deny the hypnotist. And on that note, the game fades to black. So we now know that Usagi's memories of BS were wiped away, and BS's memories of Usagi were also wiped away, which could explain why Usagi was so confused as to what she was making initially in the Gmod video. Either way, we still have that YouTube link to check out, so now we move on to Rabbits Don't Sit Through the End Credits. The video begins back in Gmod, and we are in the same map as the first few videos all that time ago, except this time we're in the POV of somebody else. You can see that they were the ones initially flipping the light switches, no clipping to the floor, and adding the extra wooden planks that Usagi commented on. But they were also the one who created the Roblox maze and titled the initial videos, so we're kinda getting meta here. In the next scene, we cut back to Usagi in a movie theater, where it seems that she was watching everything that happened up until now in movie format. She says this movie makes no sense. It's just randomly a time travel movie and it's about her for some reason. But before her thoughts can be organized, the credits start rolling. The credits show 3 characters: Usagi, future Usagi, and a blue square which we can safely assume is BS. But it's not the end. In the next scene, we can see Usagi in a white room, sitting at a table with 2 chairs and a button. Except this isn't Usagi from the last scene, as the camera pans around to her being just as confused as we are. The other Usagi just brushes her off and tells her to sit down. Usagi says she needs to find the way out of here and that she needs to find her. But the other Usagi just tells her she can't. You can't deny this ending. Usagi puts her head in her hands, saying it's not over. Everyone will hate this. Before the video ends, 3 messages flash over her head: an order of various items, a bunch of directions, and bamboo path block.
Hold it!
Obviously, this is not the end, and there are 3 very obvious clues and hints which you gotta figure out where they fit into. The first clue being a list of items was actually an order in which to press things on the original Scorpion website. In doing so, the images unload and the description of one of the images changes to walk. The second thing was a list of directions, which we can use in the maze to lead us to that fake wall that we stumbled into on accident back then, giving us the code LDHFH. Finally, the bamboo path block can be traced back to the Minecraft world, where a specific block in the first room in the field of bamboo is different compared to the rest. Upon breaking said block, we can get the final part of the code, FHW. So what are these letters actually a code for? Well, if you've been paying attention, then you would have probably guessed a YouTube link, and you'd be right. Typing in the URL leads to nothing as of time of editing. But before, back when this was being recorded, it led to the final video, Scorpion Time Machine Blues. The final video in this series shows a conversation between the two Usagis. The original Usagi bombards the other Usagi with a ton of questions, like what is the red button, who are you, and why are you suddenly here? The other Usagi explains that pressing the button on the table makes it so that you never become a time traveler. Upon hearing this, the original Usagi wonders why she doesn't just press the button immediately then, and future Usagi says feel free to do so, but upon trying, she's unable to. The other Usagi explains that she too tried to do this in the past, and that she is the original Usagi from the future. She even had this exact same conversation, and perfectly mimics what the original Usagi was going to say before she says it. Going forward, we're going to refer to each of them as future and present Usagi respectively. Future Usagi explains that you can't think about it linearly, and that every instance of this is happening at the same time as well as different times. Future Usagi explains that the other option is to go down the rabbit hole and repeat her actions in order to keep the loop going, becoming the god of the loop and achieving basically omnipotent powers. Not that it matters though, because they don't have the free will to do anything. After going down the rabbit hole, future Usagi will also disappear. Present Usagi protests, confused as to why she would ever choose to go back in time instead of just breaking the loop, but future Usagi refutes. Usagi does not go back. Usagi is too afraid to look for her. Usagi doesn't even remember her. Dejected, present Usagi gives in and agrees with her future self, feeling as though this is just a decision Usagi as a character makes, like there was no real choice here, like it's just a fact of life. Usagi stands and heads to the rabbit hole, but before she steps in, she has a flashback to all of her memories that she had once lost. She decides to break the loop. Okay, so I'm gonna break character for a bit. This is just gonna be Editor Rice 1 talking about this ARG for a bit. I know that with most time travel stories, it can be kind of confusing, and STMB is no stranger to that. So, welcome to the explanation section where I try to go over everything and try to answer every single lingering question left over. Okay, what even happened? Okay, the timeline for every time traveling story is a bit confusing, but I just want to go over everything in chronological order, so I created a little timeline for your viewing convenience. There are also going to be references to real life videos that aren't a part of the ARG that I'm going to explain as they come up. Also, there are a lot of Usagis that I'm going to be referring to, so let me just explain all the characters at the beginning. First off, we have past Usagi. This is the Usagi that goes through school life, meets BS, has a falling out, and records Gmod videos. This is also the Usagi that gets her memory wiped, right? Present Usagi is the Usagi in the theater that is given a choice between continuing the loop or ending it. Future Usagi is the one who orchestrates the events of STMB and offers present Usagi the choice of continuing or ending the loop. Now we're going to move on to the timeline. So the first video in the timeline is Rabbits Want to Join the Photography Club. This is where BS and Usagi meet for the first time and where we establish that they went to school together, BS hates mirrors because of some kind of monster, and that Usagi joins a photography club and BS joins another club, which is later revealed to be the Hypnotism Club. The Hypnotism Club plotline is actually a reference to one of my videos called Hypnotizing the Silent Classmate into Sharing Their First Love Never Works. Basically in this video, it's just the exact plotline of the Hypnotism Club plotline in STMB. Our next video, Rabbits Want to Cherish Summer Memories. This is when Usagi and BS have their falling out about Usagi taking pictures of BS without telling her, and that's like the major catalyst of the story. Next we have Rabbits Are Prone to Hypnosis, which is the RPG Maker game, and the majority of this game takes place in between the Rabbits Want to Join the Photography Club and Rabbits Want to Cherish Summer Memories. By the very end of the game, it shows what happens directly after the falling out of Usagi and BS, where BS hypnotizes Usagi into making them both forget about their memories as well as the memories of the monster, which is why in the flashbacks Usagi can't remember who she's talking to and why there's a big fucking square covering the character. We're covering BS. And then next up we have all the Gmod videos and that one Toho side game. This is where the beginning of the entire ARG slots into the timeline chronologically and takes place after an unknown amount of time has passed after Usagi's memories have been wiped. This is also when future Usagi goes back in time and adds things into the Gmod world in order to stimulate past Usagi's memories of her relationship with BS, like when she adds 2 extra legs to the wooden sculpture in order to try and remind her of the wooden sculpture that BS gave her in the game. Then next we have Rabbits Don't Sit through the end credits, where another unknown amount of time has passed between then and now, and present Usagi is watching her memories in a theater set up by future Usagi. She sees the entirety of her past as well as the actions taken by future Usagi in order for her to be in this exact spot. Present Usagi denies that this is the end of her story, but future Usagi says there's nothing else after this. And then finally we have Scorpion Time Machine Blues, where in this video, present Usagi gains the conviction and will to continue her life into an unknown future in the hopes of mending her relationship with BS, even when all Usagis and all other timelines were too scared to face BS after relearning their memories. This is why she's able to press the button and thus end the loop. Okay, another question that you may be wondering, what does STMB stand for? STMB is an acronym that correlates with the last video in the ARG, Scorpion Time Machine Blues. And the final mystery of STMB, who is BS? Now, to figure this out, we're going to have to look at another video that Lunaras helped to create, Unturned Episode 3. This video is split into 3 sections, with each section being edited by different people. Undauntless edited the Unturned section, Kafka edited the Minecraft section, and Lunaras edited the Gmod section. In the Gmod section, there are random sections within the video where we hardcut to another Gmod side plot, in which we see a Hatsune Miku model have these manic episodes, in which she is haunted by a Herobrine model. Specifically, it's whenever she's looking into a mirror, which is why BS is scared of mirrors in STMB, and the monster that BS is referring to the entire time is actually Herobrine. Hatsune Miku at the end of the Gmod section in Unturned Episode 3 actually has the exact same bedroom as BS during the events of STMB, and we even see a scene with fireworks at the end of the video. Granted, these aren't the exact same fireworks, but it makes sense. You know, maybe they just wanted new fireworks or something. But I can confidently say that the real identity of BS in STMB is actually Hatsune Miku in Unturned Episode 3. And there we go. We went over pretty much everything there is to go over in STMB, except for like one little thing, and that is what actually is future Usagi's motivation for doing all this? And I don't mean like the future Usagi from the video. It just seemed like she was just following the Usagi that came before her. I'm talking about the very first future Usagi, the one who started the loop in the first place. Why was she trying to stimulate her own lost memories in order for her to remember Miku? Why did she just give up her omnipotent powers for another Usagi to just do the same thing she did? And also, if future Usagi has the power to time travel, why don't she just go back in time in order to prevent herself from having that argument with Miku in the first place instead of making an infinite time loop? Is she fucking stupid? Anyways, I just wanted to say that this video took so goddamn long to make, and I'm really glad that you watched all the way to the end. Thank you so much for 1 year of Thunder Ice 1, and I hope that we can keep this YouTube thing going for many years to come. Upon finally entering the Roblox, what am I even saying in this part, actually? Better question. Which is kind of the name of the video, as Usagi means dog in Japanese. That is such a stupid joke. Who the fuck wrote that joke? BS, for short. Joined Censored Club and said... They also state that they are the only one. The only... This voiceover shit is not for me, dude. It's just not for me at all, dude. Stop ad-libbing. Just say what's on the fucking screen. And we have a super detailed model of Usagi on screen. Oh my god, are you kidding? Did that pick up? Can you change your schedule to work on Friday instead of Tuesday? Are you stupid? How the fuck would that even work?